What's up guys, it's Jughead here, just a down-to-earth guy trying to bring you some down-to-earth content. Welcome back to my Let's Watch Hunter x Hunter series. Today we're going to be watching episode 32, A Surprising Win. I like that title. We are in the middle of the Hisoka versus Kastro fight, very evenly matched. Hisoka not only getting his ass whooped right now, but he got his whole arm cut off. So this episode, is it going to be a surprising win because the man only rocking one arm is going to win? Or is Kastro going to win and that's surprising because Hisoka has never lost, I believe. So this will be interesting. I'm very excited. I don't want to talk as much because I just want to get into the episode because I know it's been a while since I've last uploaded. Really, honestly, it was only because I didn't want to record until I got a haircut because I was looking mad ugly. So now that I got a haircut, I am pumped to keep recording and keep uploading to the channel. So let's continue Hunter x Hunter right now. Who is going to win this surprising win? So, Hunter x Hunter episode 32, A Surprising Win in 3, 2, 1. Let's watch, shall we? Who is going to be winning this surprising win? There's Hisoka getting his arm cut off, as we saw last. I'm still confused if this is some sort of magic, or if Hisoka really truly just lost his arm. And how is he going to get that back on? And Hisoka having to fight a 2v1. With his fighting Kastro's doppelganger. True Tiger Bite Fist. The same thing as Yamcha's Rogofufu Ken from Dragon Ball. Direct copy paste. And this double of his is not like a clone jutsu that isn't really him. It's kind of like a shadow clone jutsu. This guy's just twirling his arm on his other arm. He's holding his own hand. I'd be intimidated. It's not even bleeding. He's just holding it under his arm. He's going to fight one-handed. Is he going to whip out some magic? Is it going to disappear? So he doesn't have to worry about it. Or is he just going to set it aside like a loaf of bread? Powers of clairvoyance. I forget what clairvoyance means. Ah, that's what it apparently means. He has turned his arm into cards. Now, this is obviously some sort of Nen usage, right? No, throw them like ninja stars. 1 to 13. From a number from these and picture it in your head. 7. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. 11. 14. 14 minus 6 is 8. 1. Right? God damn it, I'm stupid. I don't think I did it right. Oh god. Oops. I think I did the math wrong. Is he growing his arm back or... Oh, is he pulling another card out of his arm? He's digging up inside his arm. Gross. Magic! That was my number. Wow. Some David... I didn't know I was watching a David Blaine special. Wow. Wow. What? Okay. That was cool. Guy has no arm. He's not fighting. He's just putting on a... He's putting on an act. He's like, get that out of here, scumbag. Cut off his other arm. Uh-oh. Did you not hear me the first time? You may have it. This guy's about to be walking around like this. Did he just cut his other arm off? What is he doing? I'm so confused. Ah, he attacked with his double, so there's no point in countering. Wait, whoa! Dude! What is going on? If I was Kastro, I'd be scared. He lost another arm to gain his other one back. I can't guess the secret behind this. Is it all an illusion? Is he playing the illusion? Yeah, it's all Nen. What is this, though? He is a magician. Oh, he's walking right up to him. Yes? He understood his trick, but he doesn't understand Hisoka's trick. It's all magic. That's how magic works. Created double is certainly magnificent. But he knows his ability now. He's reading you like a coloring book. Yeah, you got no advantage now. This guy's okay getting his arms chopped off. What else are you gonna do to him? Oh, you've been sparing his life this entire time? I mean, you predicted my numbers, so if you're gonna predict his death, Who's gonna have this surprising win? What's going on? Oh, did he just... Ooh, he picked him out of the two. Doubles are created in the original's image, so they tend to be pristine. Ah, yeah. Can his double recreate that worry in his soul? Oh, or the blood on his... Yep. Oh, you can't replicate yourself anymore. Your doppelganger's useless now. His severed arm just attacked him. What? Yeah, this sequence of events is impossible to understand. It's like his own double, except without his body. It's just his arm. Yeah, punched him in the chin. Now there's no replicating that too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This... Nani? Uh-oh. Huh? Ooh, that flamenco guitar. Oh, shit. Yep. Ooh, this guy's getting crucified. Because he was letting you. He had a normal state of mind because he was allowing you for you to have that. This man is getting crucified. Ah! Ah! This man's gone. His aura is gone. Running out of memory. You're out of RAM. Is he gonna die? Are we losing Kastro this fast? You wasted memory space. Ran out of RAM. Damn. Don't tell me Kastro's just gonna die. He won by knockout. He's still undefeated in combat. Again, remember his losses were to just quitting or not showing up. How are you getting this arm reattached? Why can't you reattach that one though? But you could reattach the other. Who is this? What's up, Ma? Cutie with the good hair. What's up? I'll let you, boy. You gonna reattach his arm? You a surgeon? Magician? What's going on? Girlfriend? Sister? Friend? Hmm? Ah, ooh, damn, you calling Hisoka an idiot? Hey, at least he's humble. He ain't take no offense. Cause he can. Show off. He has fun. He's a masochist, just like Gon. Oh, so she's getting paid. She's just an employee of his. Contractor. A magical... Ooh. This is like that scene from Toy Story. Toy Story 2, where the guy has to sew Woody's arm back on. Be gentle. Yeah, because sewing the arm back on is going to be more painful than when it first got chopped off. Taking pictures with her eyes? This is creepy, man. Obviously, is this magic or Nen or what is going on? Nen Stitches, okay. Oh, okay. He's like in awe at what he's witnessing right now, having his arm reattached. Dude, I don't understand Nen whatsoever. You can have Nen Stitches, dude. How does that make sense? Is it really just attached now? Or is Nen holding it together? Or is it actually physically attached to his body now? Yeah, she better be getting paid good. Jesus. Perhaps I get myself injured so I can watch you work your mat. Okay, let's calm down. $70 million. Holy shit. Bungee gum and texture surprise. Huh? Ah. Dude. What? Fooling Nen Master like... What's his name? Wing? Dude, I don't understand Nen whatsoever, and I don't think I'm going to anytime soon. Bungee gum, elastic love. Properties of rubber and gum. Stretch, swiftly contract, adhere to most substances like skin. Be removed at any time, but then he can conceal it. When I was a child, that was the name of my favorite chewing gum. Huh. Getting some info about Hisoka as a child, don't even want to think about that. Aura with the power of his imagination to reproduce the appearance of skin. Dude, do you have to concentrate on that with your Nen? Dude, there's so little I understand. Dude, this guy's just like a kid. He's just playing around. Let's not be so rude. He's just opening up to you. What? As a distraction, you sent 13 cards flying into the air. Cool. While throwing your arm in a scarf. So, they'd stick to the roof and floor with bungee gum. The aura from each was also tied to your right arm, the one that he healed on his own. Additionally, you connected aura to the 13 cards on the floor and held the ends with your left hand. Dude. And then, when you threw the ace of spades at Kastro, the aura in your left hand was released and connected. The 13 aura strands stuck to Kastro, but he never noticed it because he was so concentrated on everything at Zetsu to mask your aura. Dude, this guy's doing everything at once. Slow down. Ooh, kind of like the Sharingan or the Byakugan. God, that's so creepy. God, I have to pay attention so much.
カモフラージュまでしてみせた。悪魔の周到さで準備がうまくいっていることを確認したあんたは、トランプと同じ要領で。
Extended a thread of aura from your the same one holding the cards and connected to Kastro's chin. That's where that second arm came in. Man, the setup, it's like Ocean's 11 or some shit. Resemble human skin. Okay? And so, when he attacked the arm, you activated the bungee gun between your right arm and the scarf on the floor. Your arm was restored, and the scarf concealed the wound, leaving everyone convinced that your right arm was restored. Yeah, that blew everybody's minds. It helped him to calm down, though. Interesting. Yeah, that makes no sense. Yeah, what would have been more shocking, magic or Nen? Subtle change. He was still calm, but what? Can anticipate how, yeah, your whole plan was out the window. There's so much info right now. There's no action. It's just all trying to comprehend what Hisoka did in 5 minutes. Kastro was about to recover, but... what? Over the edge. He became emotionally compromised. It's what fucked him. Look at his face, all shocked and shit. The weakness of his doppelgangers. Yep, if you didn't push him over the edge. Oh, I love this flamenco guitar. The mental strain, he couldn't bear it. And then that arm came out of nowhere, and this guy got pew 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 with cards, and he lost. They do seem perfect for him, because everybody thinks it's magic. If my opponent knows... yeah, they're so malleable. You can literally do with anything with those two things. How long has he been using those? Since we've known him. Yeah, y'all aren't friends, you're employees. New orders from who? She's in the Phantom Troupe. He's in the Phantom Troupe. I knew it. Our biggest job yet. Does he mean her and him? If you skip this one... he's in the Phantom Troupe. I fucking knew it. How many episodes was I predicting this? He's in the Phantom Troupe. But even that, he takes so casually that if he skips another mission, which could be the biggest mission yet, the boss might hunt him down himself. And he's not even intimidated by that. Huh? It was not boring? What are you talking about? Dude, Hisoka's in the Phantom Troupe. I fucking knew it. I'm not even shocked. That was my biggest prediction. I was so confident in it. Yeah, let's... yeah. Even Killua can't read through that. Talk to Wing. He'll know. Oh, I want to know Wing's opinion on this. Yeah, you need to learn a whole lot more about Nen. You guys don't know jack. You ain't prepared whatsoever. Like, Gon wants to go up against that? No way. What's in the bag? Fuck with the purple hair. Purple's my favorite color. I fuck with that. He doesn't talk. Yeah, he does. He was just trying to talk to you, but you're like, I don't need to know that. He was just talking about his past. He was talking about his favorite candy in the childhood. What are you talking about?
明日にはカストロの顔さえ忘れてる。あいつは属さない。
He's a loner.
あいつは自分以外の誰にも属
There's the spider. Holy shit. Number 4.
思っているから。
Holy shit. If Kurapika sees that, damn. You always walking on your tippy toes? Wait, what? What is going on, dude? I can't believe anything anymore. I'm so confused, dude. With him with his hair down is so weird to see. Is he in the Phantom Troupe or not, dude? Oh, God. I'm so was that hiding his tattoo, or was that pretending to be the tattoo? The Phantom Troupe is simply another oh! Wait, what? Okay, let's discuss. Man, first I want to say, I'm looking at myself in OBS, and I just want to say I'm really happy with the way my haircut came out. 5 months without a haircut. Going today, get a haircut. I'm actually very happy with it. But okay, let's get into this. I'm actually intimidated for this discussion because up until this point right now, I have felt confident in everything I talk about. But this episode was so confusing to me. There was so much information and complex nuances to comprehend and keep up with that I feel like I'm gonna do an injustice to this episode with how good it was. I'm gonna do a bad job here, and I'm gonna need some help getting most of this episode clarified. I feel like I'm just gonna mess up, and it makes me nervous, or just makes me not feel like I'm gonna do a good job, which lowers my confidence in how I usually like to have my discussions be, even after watching a second time and taking notes and pausing and rewinding. I feel like I still might fuck something up. At least this episode was very tight and concise. I can dedicate a good amount of time on each of the few topics rather than trying to cover 5, 8, 10 different things that I don't get to dedicate as much time to because I don't want the conversation to be like 2 fucking hours. But I think it is easily unanimous that this episode was so fucking good. Even something as simple as seeing some blood added into the animation is a good sign for the future. Overall, I think this is setting a grander mood or attitude for the anime as a whole. When you compare it how it all began with episode 1, what I just watched, Evolution. Wow. I would have loved it so much more though if the episode ended without the narrator this time around though, like first time where their narrator ruined the ending. That ending scene I'll talk about later, it would have hit so much harder had it been, and just would have been so much more interesting if it was left ambiguous. But let's go in order here. Bro, I said last episode, and I mean it 10 times more now. I do not understand Nen whatso fucking ever. The extent to just how malleable it is with the seemingly endless ways it can be exploited, and it's stupidly insane. At a point, it's almost like, bro, what the fuck? Is anything real? Can I believe anything? Is there I don't know. But so is there a point in actually discussing the fight? Because I don't know. Like the fight happened, but everything about the fight worth talking about comes after the fight itself. All I need to do is add another point to the arm count. That's really all I need to do. What are we at now? 7, I think. 7 total arms, either cut off or broken so far in the show. That number's just going up. I loved how confident I was in Kastro in the beginning, and just how quickly that all came crumbling down. Don't put anyone on a pedestal. Hunter x Hunter teaches exactly that. Nobody is a main character. Nobody matters. Just because they come into existence doesn't mean they're important. Just because we get introduced to a new character like Kastro doesn't require he stays around for long or he has more than just a single moment of extravagance or splendor. He lost, it's over. Life continues as the story does. Whatever happens, happens. It just is. It's an interesting concept. I think Hunter x Hunter conveys very, very subtly, but I at least pick up on it, either as intentional fact or in my own personal perception. I think either one plays okay. Hisoka getting not just one, but two arms cut off was so unexpected. But then seeing his arm reattached, and the action is not what I care about. That's not what Hunter x Hunter is about. This episode excelled at what I actually care about and what Hunter x Hunter excels at, which is the psychology behind everything taking place within that said action. I don't care how Kastro lost. I'm fascinated about why Kastro lost. Does that make sense? I feel like there's a difference there. All last episode was Kastro being portrayed like fucking Superman with his doppelganger double that must be invincible because Hisoka doesn't appear to be able to combat it whatsoever, and he's been our settled upon greatest, strongest fighter in our own awareness thus far, and this guy cut that man's arm off. And now the script couldn't have been flipped faster and harder. No more, oh my god, he lost his arm, what's he gonna do? It became that Jeremy Clarkson meme of like, oh no. Anyways, like, oh no, he lost his other arm. Anyways, every second that goes by, you become less and less impressed by Kastro, and that fear of Hisoka grows, it sets in, it grows within Kastro, so it grows within us. Kastro fucked himself by even explaining his own techniques in the first place. Why would you do that? Like, apart from the obvious reason that the audience needs everything explained to us because we're fucking stupid, who would ever tell their opponent and rival their technique? That's what annoys me so much in like Dragon Ball and Naruto, and this is like the anime characters always have to go on like this 5-minute monologue explaining in great detail every movement that they're doing and every technique that they're using and just have to elaborately explain it for the audience, us being stupid and need everything explained to us. He is no magician, surely. A magician never reveals his secrets. So in a way, that gives away that this ain't what it chalked up to be. Just from those sentences alone, you learn, okay, Kastro attacks with his double, not himself. His tiger bite fist comes at you head on, but it isn't him. Hisoka doesn't give a shit about fighting a double of his, only his opponent. Hisoka spinning his severed arm on his fingers of his one remaining arm like he's a fucking member of the Harlem Globetrotters tells you, just wait, we know nothing that's at play here. There's so much more to this that we do not know. I just have to watch it play out, see what happens. I loved the magic show, the performance, because this is exactly what I thought it was, magic. And that's exactly what Hisoka wants you and Castro and the crowd to think it is. A true master magician, in a sense, doesn't do magic at all, but what makes it look like magic is the only explanation. And to the regular people in the audience who don't know what Nen is, of course they think of it, they think it's magic. They don't know what Nen is in order to explain it any other way, but he makes it look like magic. So even someone like Castro, who does know Nen, he had no way of possibly explaining it, which is also due to Hisoka not being a loudmouth idiot and explaining every little thing he's doing like Castro did, which fucked himself. Ain't giving the trick away as the magician he is. I just loved how Hisoka, with the way he is dressed, how he acts, the magic is the most logical, illogical answer. Instead of Nen, when it is Nen, he just plays with Nen in that way. He's like a child. It's all a game to Hisoka. I don't know how to explain it properly. I just thought the performance aspect of it was so super cool. Acting like a magician, an illusionist. What do they call what do they call the people that are like the masters of deception that you see on TV? Like the people that can like steal your watch right off your wrist without you even knowing, because they can like masterfully distract you over here or point your attention right over this way while they right where they want it while they do their deception and their trickery this direction. That's Hisoka, and it plays into that psychology aspect I was talking about that I like seeing. Oh, and how could I forget the fucking clairvoyance? My dumbass trying to keep up with the simple math and being like a 4-year-old when I said one and Hisoka guessed one, not realizing in the moment that it's just one of those basic tricks that no matter what I choose, the answer is going to be one because I'm an idiot in the moment. But that's also the whole point, right? The whole thing was meant to distract from what was really happening. But dude, when he was reaching in his severed arm flesh meat, sounding like you're fucking stirring macaroni, to make it look like he pulled a card out of his arm, I just didn't like that sound. I just disgusting. Shivers down the spine, man. I'm okay with gore. Gore doesn't bother me. It's only the sound that gets to me always. I don't know why, but it's always the sound. It's that way with everything. The most important part of this fight was the downfall of Castro. He knew Izuku was using Nen to accomplish these magic tricks, but his downfall didn't come from anything Hisoka physically did. It was all from, or physically did to him directly. It was all from what Hisoka was saying. Castro didn't get beat in combat. He was outwitted, outsmarted, outplayed on a mental level. His downfall came from his own ability. That clone ability required such focus to execute that he failed to focus on anything else around him going on. Had he used Ren, he could have seen what Hisoka was doing, as well as the fact that Castro failed himself by forgetting the most basic principles, most basic concept of Nen. He advanced himself so greatly to learn something like doubling himself that he lost recognition for the basics. He forgot how to do everything else. Else, he might have been able to win. It's ironic, right? Castro used advanced Nen, yet Hisoka was able to understand and predict his technique perfectly, despite how complex it was. But Hisoka sticks to the basic concept of Nen, using it creatively, and twists it in a way to create his own techniques. But he remembers the basics of Nen. He remembers what Nen is. And in that, he can. That's why it's his plaything, because you know the basic concepts and you can literally go anywhere with it instead of going down this straight and narrow path. And there's no way to go back and backtrack. It just takes so much more time. Everything he did was not advanced in a way, really. Castro should have easily been able to notice that had he focused on it. Something so advanced as creating a double of yourself, but forgetting the basics that a perfect double cannot be created to copy exact absolutely everything, like the blood on the clothes that just gave you away. Something so simple, right under your nose, right in front of your eyes, that Hisoka didn't even like just logically. Oh, you're the real one. You're the fake one. He tunnel visioned himself. Castro did. Like Hisoka said, we call that running out of memory, lost all memory space. Forgot how to use Nen in any other fashion was his downfall. That's super fascinating. I like that. Another way to just understand, comprehend Nen more. The real fucked up thing here is that, as I understand it, his arms really did get severed off, and he should have felt all of that pain. Or maybe he didn't by using Nen or something, like cauterizing it or just numbing the pain. I don't know. Or he felt it and he just laughed and smiled through all of the pain. Izoka, truly a man you do not want to fuck with. Makes you laugh, like, bruh. Gon wanted to go up against that. He thought he was ready for that. No shot, bucko. I love meeting new characters too. This new girl we meet. I can't really say a friend of Hisoka's, more just like not even employee. She's getting paid, but I don't want to say employee, colleague. I don't know. Almost on the same level as like an Illumi, maybe, though I can maybe guess they have a more complicated dynamic, maybe, you know? She says good work to him, and he smiles, like this happy smile, as if he likes her opinion of him, which I wouldn't think he cares about anybody's opinion of him. And she also calls him an idiot, asks him why he does this to himself, like she cares for him. And I like how Hisoka just laughs it off, doesn't take offense to anything like being called an idiot or whatever, doesn't care. I like that. It's like in real life. I don't like people who are too prideful or got to stick up their ass like you roast them and they can't take a joke. Most annoying people out there. This girl also talks in a way that sounds like she knows Hisoka best almost. Like she knows the pet names for his techniques. You got to be on a whole different level to be having that. Maybe not. That's just what I'm picking up though. And Hisoka, on his hand, is clearly mesmerized by her work and impressed with her talents. Could be just two professionals, the best at what they do, nothing more. I don't know. I couldn't even begin to guess, like, even what sexuality Hisoka is. I wouldn't be surprised if he's asexual. But, like, saying he might want to get injured more often so he can see her more and asking her if she wants to get dinner with him, I don't know, man. Just to me, is there more to this dynamic? I will have to see, but it's kind of another prediction I'm making here. But again, no way for me to predict the extent of Nen's usage at all. Fucking Nen Stitches? I don't even understand how that works. They're obviously different than regular stitches because no way you're just sticking an arm back onto your body with no advanced surgery whatsoever and just it's all fixed in 30 seconds. So this is clearly like a super advanced technique of hers. Maybe only she can do it, or maybe it's something she created. It explains the prices. $70 million to sew both arms back on? Damn. Like, is this some proprietary, super rare technique that only you got? No competition in the market, so she's gonna set the premium prices. And then Hisoka, you hear $70 million, he's like, cool, I'll wire that shit to you, no problem. No surprise. Heaven's Arena, he's never lost. Can't imagine all the money he making in this place. Cause like, didn't Killua say he racked up 200 million before quitting at the 200s? Hisoka's gone up. He's been through the 200s. So it's even more than that. So 70 million, who cares? Worth it to get both my arms back. But yeah, it was just super weird. Like literally sewing the arms back together with Nen, like that scene from Toy Story. Just a Nen string that somehow connects all the blood vessels, muscles, tissue back together. And again, you'd think magic, but it's not. And now it just brings up is that permanent? Are they just special stitches that allow you to connect everything perfectly? And it like holds or binds or fuses everything back together, lets the body take over and for the rest to heal fully. Like, I doubt Hisoka has to like focus some of his Nen, like partition some of his Nen over onto his arms now to keep the Nen stitches active. Nah, that can't like that would just be way too much going on, and I'm sure they would have explained that all. And then all Hisoka has left to show for the mutilation are just some minor little scars, which he can't show because then people would discover, oh shit, this is not magic. He didn't heal himself back on inside the ring. That somehow he got them stitched back through some medical procedure, and it would just create more questions than answers. So he has to hide the stitches, and that whole part was super confusing to me. And the fact she knows his techniques, the bungee gum and the texture surprise, which I would think Hisoka would be very adamant about keeping secret or not divulging such critical information to anyone, Like, interesting to me that she knows of his techniques, knows the pet names to them, the nicknames, and knows how they operate. I feel like Hisoka just ain't just telling anybody that, but somebody close to him. Maybe someone with some history or some closeness, some intimacy. Who knows? Who knows? So let's get into those techniques though. So when he says bungee gum, he doesn't mean he literally does he it doesn't mean he literally applied fucking gum to the scarf to his arm. Like it's not fucking literally candy. So why is bungee gum also called elastic love in parentheses? What the hell does that even mean? Is that just a weird translation or subtitle thing? Or what does elastic love mean? I don't know what that means. But if I remember correctly, the girl, we don't know her name, right? Yet? like, I keep saying girl because I'm pretty sure we weren't told her name. I've seen her in the openings, but I don't know her name, so I'm just gonna keep saying girl. If by this episode we do know her name, you can tell me, but if not, don't tell me. I'll just keep calling her girl until then. But this girl said something along the lines that Hisoka can mold his own aura into an actual substance. And obviously, I presume a physical substance, concrete, which is mind blowing if so. Like, doesn't that take an immense amount of concentration to do that? Like, he has to keep expending a little bit of his own energy to keep that molded aura going. Otherwise, it would just fade away. And she said it has the properties of rubber and gum. So again, it's physical, it's concrete. So that allows the scarf to stick to his skin, which I have to assume requires constant attention and concentration towards to maintain that manipulation. But it just seems easy because we just have no comprehension of just how stacked Hisoka is in terms of power and just how much aura he has. Kind of like the amount of chi that Goku has, or the amount of chakra that Sasuke or Naruto has. But then, not only that, but he's then able to use texture surprise, where he can somehow combine his aura with his goddamn imagination. Like, huh? You can literally just use your imagination, create whatever you want. Okay. Okay, then. Wasn't expecting that. These two techniques alone tell me I have no idea what Nen is. And then it's just how much one person can do with it. Like, the possibilities are endless. It kind of also makes it seem like from person to person that Nen can be used entirely differently. Like the complete opposite than Dragon Ball, really. Like the Kamehameha, Goku uses that comes from Master Roshi. And I don't think it comes from anybody before him. And I think he created it, or he just called it that. I don't know. But really, at the end of the day, it's just you just called something that everybody can do. You're just bursting out your chi in this concentrated beam. Like anybody could do that, but it's just in a different way. You know what I'm trying to say? But then anybody could use that if they wanted to. But then, like Piccolo, for example, Gohan, because of Piccolo, or then Tien, they use their own techniques that anybody else could use, but everybody has their own techniques. It seems way more limited in that sense. Whereas here, literally, unless somebody thinks of that same technique of molding your imagination with your aura and being able to create anything, like Hisoka is the only buddy that's able to do that, or the only one that's thought of doing that. Like, there's no end to like what you could do. You can use Nen to literally do anything that fits your personality. Like, bruh, you can literally combine your imagination with your aura to make something a reality. Anything is truly possible. You could create an invisibility cloak from Harry Potter. Shit, you wouldn't even need the fucking cloak part. You could just make yourself invisible, right? Like, by this logic right now, how not? Is it kind of like Naruto? You can create your own jutsus in Naruto, right? Like, I don't know. I'm new to Naruto. If you saw my last upload, I'm beginning these new discussion series videos to my channel. I'm calling them Reflect and Review. And my first discussion video was for the first 17 episodes of Naruto because I just started. I say just started, even though since then, since that upload, I'm now at episode 67. Okay? That's what I call dedication and binging. I go to bed at like anywhere between 3 and 5 a.m. every day. My sleep schedule is so fucked up. And so I just binge so much anime in that time, just laying in my bed on Hulu, next episode, next episode, next episode, next episode. But yeah, Hisoka can manipulate a simple scarf to look like his own flesh because he imagined it to be. So something like this just makes me go down such a deep rabbit hole in my mind just thinking of all the possibilities, and like it's almost like how many permutations almost. I also like the subtle beginnings to learning more about Hisoka's past. You know, all we get right now are little explanations to the origins of what he named his techniques, recalling back to his childhood, why he calls it technique surprise, texture surprise, or why he calls it bungee gum. That's what I'm so eagerly waiting for. I want more Hisoka dedicated episodes. I want to learn about his past and his history so bad because that's where great characters truly shine in their past. Because I know it has to be dark, it has to be sad, it has to be serious. How else do you grow up to be this complicated character? His childhood obviously influenced him in some way to become the man he is now, and I want to dive into that. Similar to how, like, the Star Wars prequels showed you Anakin's childhood, the mental and emotional torture he went through, wishing to save his mother from slavery and the living the life that she endured, not being able to save her, witnessing his mother die in his own fucking arms, having dreams of the love of his life, his wife dying as well, losing everything and trying to prevent that and going down that dark path because that's all he saw. Not to say Hisoka is anything like a Darth Vader, but the sentiment is like on the surface in the original trilogy, Darth Vader was simply labeled bad guy without much context to his past. Then the prequels provided all of that context. You felt so much more for him, how he became who he was. I want to get that context for Hisoka too. We got it for Killua the most thus far, and it impacted my opinion and feelings for Killua immensely. And now Killua is probably the character I'm bonded with most because I understand him the most. I'm emotionally connected with him the most. And I want that to change. And I'm sure it will once I feel more emotion for Gon, for Korpika, Leorio, Hisoka, all the others. I do feel as though this girl could be significant to making him into yet a deeper character and ultimately perhaps more human. I almost don't view him as human right now. Because as I've described with multiple examples so far, I just think she places Hisoka in an interesting, different position that we've never seen him in. She piques my curiosity for sure, especially when she revealed she's in the fucking Phantom Troupe, dude. I got so hyped. I thought my prediction I've been holding on to for like 5+ episodes so far was actually true. And I would have, oh my God, I would have gone crazy. Her saying the troop has one of the biggest missions yet, if not the biggest. If Hisoka doesn't show up to this one, the boss might just go after him himself. I got so hyped because I thought I predicted the future. And then I got so sad because it's revealed he's not really in the Phantom Troop. And that's what I didn't like about the narrator ruining that ending. I wish it was ambiguous. I wish the show would have made me piece it together myself instead of just flat out telling me with this omnipotent being that is the narrator. I just didn't like that. I wish it was more ambiguous or believed in me enough to figure it out on my own. Or am I technically still correct? Because as I understand it, he is in it, but he's infiltrated it. He's not really one of them, genuinely, sincerely. He's in it just to be in it, for the advantage of being in it, what comes with it, what he can gain from it, what advantages you have, right? Like, that's what's revealed at the end, right? I'm not interpreting that wrong, right? Correct? Someone in the comments confirm or deny and help me out there because that's obviously the biggest fucking revelation of the entire episode. Got out of the shower, he has the spider on his back, and I'm like, holy shit, he really is Phantom Troop because he has the tattoo. But then we see it's just the same exact fucking utilization of the technique we just learned about. A cloth bungee gummed onto his back, and with his imagination, he makes it look like he has the tattoo on his back, and he just takes it off and it fades away. Like, Majtani should have learned some shit. So he has tricked everybody within the Phantom Troop, including this girl right here, which I know is going to bring up some interesting, complex dynamics in the future. I just know it. In this organization, covertly, faking it all, but meets this girl who I think he actually likes and cares about, maybe, or is a friend, or even he even if he has any of those, like, does he even know what a friend is? So while he doesn't care for the troop itself, he cares for someone within. And that's going to present some dangers and ultimatums perhaps in the future. Like, will he have to kill her? Will he have to betray her? Will he risk his own life to save her? Who knows? Even the girl herself said he doesn't tell anything about himself. He only cares about himself. Nobody knows his past. He's a loner. Maybe he doesn't care for anybody. Maybe he does. But wouldn't those characteristics bring up some sort of suspicion if he's only out for himself? How could he be in it for the organization? This also explains not only why, but how Hisoka is able to offer Kurapika the info that he said he could provide on the Phantom Troop without that hurting him. I was always wondering that, like, okay, you can give Kurapika info on the Phantom Troop. How? Are you in it? And if so, how does leaking all of this sensitive info not fuck you over as well if you're in it? Turns out he's able to give information because he is indeed in the Phantom Troop, so he does know invaluable information that he can provide to Kurapika. But being an undercover infiltrator with no loyalty to them, he can divulge such info because it means nothing. Interesting. Overall, I really, really love this episode. A dedicated Hisoka episode? Who's going to complain about that? Not me. One that also introduces a new character, a part of the mysterious Phantom Troop we first heard of all the way back in episode 1. But not much since then. Really, maybe one or two more mentions since then across 31 episodes. And here is the introduction to them now as we approach closer and closer to the end of the 6 months. We go to the auction, reunite with all of our characters, and enter that York New arc. And how much this episode really did open up on Hisoka as a character, even if you didn't think so. Seeing just like, think of it, seeing him as someone who eats candy, was a child at some point, ponders in the shower, towel dries his hair, lets it hang down, forgets the faces of even longtime rivals he killed only a day before. Hisoka appearing to have the upper hand on this girl we're meeting for the first time, but he has known for who knows how long, as she's under the belief he is a sincere fellow troop member. The subtle hints at the existence of greater equality between the two, secret keeping, intimacy, history, feelings between the two of them that you haven't seen with Hisoka with anyone else at all so far. How impressive the show continues to portray Nen as being. Running out of Nen memory space, really like that quote, escalating why characters like Hisoka are indeed so strong, so impressive, showing us that success more often than not relies on varying scattered applications, a broad skill set of Nen, masterfully controlling a dozen different ploys and exploits at once, like a puppeteer at the strings, thinking and devising multiple steps ahead, a chess grandmaster in his abilities. Hisoka is indeed absolutely, totally bizarre, as I think he's been described, but at the core, he is a tactician in his craft, surgically methodical and ingeniously manipulative. And that, at the heart of it, is what being a magician is truly all about. And it was amazing watching such an episode like this see his moniker through. Oh, the hot ticket rivalry everyone was eager to witness culminates in another opponent dead, revealed to be just as worthless to Hisoka as all the others before, forgotten by him already as and soon to be forgotten by us as well as we continue onwards. Still questioning when will this man really be challenged? A surprising win this time, but when will we witness his even more surprising loss? And that is where I think I will end today's discussion. If you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining, hitting the like button to let me know is awesome. Better yet, if you want to keep up with all future content from me, be sure to subscribe to stay in the loop. Keep the conversation going down in the comments below so I can connect with y'all more, build a community here. You know that's the most important thing to me. Follow me on social media for a more personal side and photography if you'd like. Having said all that, and with that said, so long, farewell, until next time, thank you, be happy, and I hope you have a good one. Peace.